You're watching the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is JM and DDJ and the future king of the nerds, the best dressed for the best night of the year.
Oh my
when it's
God.
2 nights of the year because it's the biggest event of the year. It is WrestleMania 41, the 2-night spectacular coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. It is I, DaveCTheVoice, the winner of the Elimination Chamber. Last month, 2 months ago, whatever it is now, we've got DDJ enforcing his rematch clause for the crown after
Which
losing
I should have never lost. I got screwed.
Listen, times are tough for all of us.
Hey, hey, Bobby Heenan's widow called. She wants his jacket back.
Well, she can buy it on Amazon like I did for $40. Thank you. It's the biggest size I got. 2X, baby. A little snug, but we make it work. And of course, we have the king of the nerds, Mr. Jonathan Mayer. I believe we put in the post. He was the 12th man to ever hold the crown. So
number one in your hearts, though.
the manhood dream has come true. I still lead all nerds, though. Fun fact: it's 7 total reigns. And after WrestleMania, you will be calling me Dave C. the Ocho, baby, because I will become the 8-time king of the nerds. Can't wait.
Well, of course, when it's your show and you can stack the deck in your favor.
Listen, the D stands for Dave and NRD. N stands for Nick, who's not here right now, and R is, for redacted. Tom is not here on the Tom Says Highway to Mania, so we're just eliminating people by this show as we can. And suspicious by their absence, the Royal Rumble winner this year, Mr. Owen Carpenter. Now, folks, we're recording this at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday before Mania. So, I mean, it's a little late, but, you win the Rumble. We expect you to show up. And where could he be? Where is Owen?
Be professional.
I know. Call times are very important.
Don't be like Dave. Be professional.
What the hell is that? Is that Owen Carpenter there? Is that the Royal?
You got me, George. Hello, Earthlings. George is at the broadcast. The advocate to Owen Carpenter and the true ruler of Earth. Hello, competitors of Earth. Dave, it's nice to see you. We met one time before and shook hands, but that friendship is over. And I see that you are no longer the king because of your missing crown. And I, Spaceman George, enjoys that very much. Hello.
So
this is
glad
Owen,
you can
Owen Carpenter, Space Cadet Owen, and Spaceman George have arrived.
Wait. So let me get this right, George.
I'm the
advocate George.
Owen.
Space
advocate. I am the pick maker. George is the pick maker. Dave.
So let me get this right. Owen Carpenter made his picks, and you will be announcing them this evening.
Yes,
okay.
Then George will be king.
Listen, I just don't want any tomfoolery when it comes to me winning the crown. I don't want to be called as being a fix or any of that stuff. I don't know where Tom is.
Where is Tom?
It's Tom. The Tom Says Highway to Mania, and he's not here, but I'll tell you where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to make our picks for WrestleMania 41. Obviously, DDJ invokes his rematch clause. Jonathan Mayer is the current king, won the Women's Elimination Chamber match prediction drawing to get in. Owen won the Rumble. I won the Men's Chamber. That's how we got to this point. We'll be making our predictions with the match card that we have at time of recording. For record, it is April 15th. First of all, happy birthday to my dog, Jack. Secondly, I hope if you live in the United States, you have paid your taxes by now, or you'll be enjoying WrestleMania from jail.
George doesn't live in the United States. George lives in space.
Yeah, great. There you go. U.S. government. Doge, all that work you guys are doing, go ahead and arrest him for tax fraud. Okay, there you go. So this is how it's going to work. So we've got 7 matches on night 1, 6 matches on night 2. As another point, so we'll pick a winner for every match. We are also going to give a match prediction for who Randy Orton's opponent will be. As of press time, we don't know who he's facing. So if he faces nobody and we all guess somebody, he gets no point. But if you get it right and they announce it on Friday SmackDown, great. As a tiebreaker, as per tradition, will be the total time of all matches, whether they're announced or not. So, for example, last year, Drew McIntyre was cashed in on by Damian Priest. Those 9 seconds counted towards the total time, in which Garrett didn't need the tiebreaker and won the crown at WrestleMania. So, let's see what happens. Everybody know the rules? Everybody okay? No scandal here?
Not yet, at least.
All right. So we will start with night 1, Saturday night WrestleMania. We will start with I'm assuming will be the opening match, and that is this year's Men's Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso, taking on World Champion Gunther. King Jonathan Mayer, what is your prediction?
I'm going with Jey Uso in that match. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
DDJ, how about yourself?
Jey Uso.
Space Advocate George, who is your client selected?
Yes. We have selected to yeet.
Okay. You know, I could really easily get a point here and just go against the grain, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go yeet with everybody else. I think Jey Uso wins this one. You know, like I said, everybody, I could have gotten a point, and everybody else collectively could have gone 0-3. Speaking of 0-3, we go to
You also could
Charlotte
have lost a
versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's WWE Championship. Tiffany Stratton defending against Charlotte, the Royal Rumble winner. George, who do you got for this one? Who does your client have? I'm sorry.
My client was undecided on this one because of all the people sliding into his DMs.
Oh, geez.
But my client and advocate of Owen, George, has selected Tiffany Stratton.
Who do you have?
Space. Owen and George have selected Tiffany Stratton, Dave.
Jonathan, who do you have?
I've also got Tiffany Stratton.
I do have, it's Tiffy time.
Tiffy time.
Who do you have?
It's Georgie time.
I am just wondering what kind of trip Spaceman George is currently on right now.
George is on lots of trips.
George has been
He's
in
a
space
space
longer
traveler.
than Katy Perry ever was, just for the record.
Yes. Me and Katy Perry.
You must have kissed a girl and liked it, huh?
Space. You know what they say, once you go to space, you never go back.
It's the longest line in the park.
Oldest ride, longest line.
Let me cover.
Did we get DDJ's pick on that one?
DDJ, who do you
Too
have?
much for young children.
It's Tiffy time.
Okay. Oh, man. Katy Perry came crashing back after 10 minutes in space, the United States of America. And here in the U.S., we will be defending that title. LA Knight, the champion, takes on Jacob Fatu. I'll go first. It is Jacob's time, damn it. Jacob Fatu wins in a landslide. DDJ, who do you have?
Man, I'll tell you what, this moment is custom made for the hear the announcement and new WWE United States champion, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Jonathan Mayer, King Jonathan.
I mean, I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing that we're all picking the same, but yeah, I mean, Jacob Fatu is I'm going with as well. I mean, it seems so far everything seems pretty chalk, like we're picking the number 1 seeds in the brackets. But
I mean, hey, only the second time this year in the March Madness tournament did all number 1 seeds make it.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, but yeah, that's not us. That's not saying our picking is bad. That's just,
there's a couple here that
there's a few towards the end, but are the matches interesting?
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, Owen needs to pick here.
Yes,
Wake
George.
Owen up, shake the baby. Oh, he's
George
not.
Shake the baby.
Yeah.
All right, Ike.
George says yeah, but Space Cadet Owen says no. We're gonna go with Jacob Fatu of Earth.
All right.
Hey, Owen,
And
your glasses are a little off tilt there, bud.
Oh, get it together, Space Cadet. He's still in space training.
And in a match that will have people at the White House cheering and roaring and booing, depending on who's wrestling at the moment, El Grande Americano takes on Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. George, Who is Space Cadet Owen chosen?
You know, George is a big fan of everyone in mask and secret identities. So George selects, they call George of Space Sacano. Yes. Yes. But we're going to go with not Chad Gable. It's El Gringo Americano. What is his name, Dave?
Grande Americano.
El Grande.
The large American.
The large American.
At least he didn't say Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco.
No,
Americano.
I think he's performing at Bloodsport.
Sounds like a
weekend.
Starbucks.
Gringo
order.
Loco.
Exactly. It sounds like a
fucking
Starbucks
awesome.
order. I take Americano.
Oh man, there's got to be a Starbucks drink this weekend in Las Vegas for El Grande Americano.
I mean, I think it is one by default.
DDJ, who do you got for this one?
Man, I don't know why I like this El Grande Americano gimmick as much as you do. Maybe it's just that catchy mariachi version of Stars and Stripes Forever or whatever. But I'm gonna go. I as much as Chad Gable is, I love and appreciate Chad Gable. I'm gonna go with the Master of the 619, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, finally some differentiating here, ladies and gentlemen. Jonathan, who do you have in this one?
I also am going with Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
George will be king.
Actually,
I have anything
Owen
to
will be
say
king.
about
Owen
it,
will
pal.
be king.
I too am picking El Grande Americano here.
All right.
So look at that. We've started apart, everyone. Next up for the WWE Tag Team Championships on Raw, it is the New Day taking on the champions, the War Raiders, and I believe it's the New Day's time. It's the New Day's time. If you're going to turn somebody heel and make it effective, you need to have them win. The big one, New Day, new tag champions. Jonathan, who do you have?
It's a new day for me as well.
Okay, DDJ.
Man, like I can't believe I'm going to say this, but you actually made some good points there with your, what you said there about turning heel and stuff. And I mean, it's basically, I think from the time that went down, and everything, you knew it was Geary. They were going to eventually find their way back to those championships and stuff. And yeah, I think they get it done here. And so yeah, new day, new champions.
All right, Space Cadet Owen.
Space Cadet Owen has also selected the New Day because of his love of unicorns.
Fair enough. Now who do we have? We've got this will be a historic match, as it will be the first singles women's match not involving a title in 19 years, as it will be Naomi taking on Jade Cargill. DDJ, who do you have in this one?
So this is one of my big shockers. I feel like that the easy selection is going to be Jade Cargill, because obviously, with everything that happened when this was revealed, Jade literally would get her hands on Naomi and beat the shit out of her. But I don't think that's gonna. I think it's gonna, like, she's gonna get the majority of the offense in, but somehow, some way, I think Naomi pulls off a shocker and wins.
Interesting. Space Cadet George.
George and Space Cadet also will select Naomi because we don't pronounce Jade's last name very well.
Listen, I just went on a tangent about how if you turn somebody heel, they need to win, otherwise it's not effective. See Shinsuke Nakamura for the last 5 or 7 years, right? And that is why I'm going with Jade Cargill, because as much as I think it should be Naomi, they're not going to do that. They want to push Jade Cargill. Boom, Jade Cargill beats Naomi here. And they just let Naomi continue to be a good hand. Maybe Naomi will get a mid-card run with the US title eventually, but Jade wins at Mania. So Jonathan Mayer, you're last.
I think you guys have said it all, but I'm going to go with Jade. I think she's getting the push as well. So Jade Cargill for me.
All right. And then night one's main event, it will be CM Punk taking on Seth Rollins, taking on Roman Reigns. George, just get this out of the way.
George and Space Cadet Owen acknowledge the tribal chief of Earth, but not space. George is the tribal chief of space. Chief Space Officer George. And we select Roman Reigns with our choice.
STC, the Space Tribal Chief.
Why do I feel
Space
like that
Tribal
Spaceman
Chief.
George sounds like he's trying out to be the MC of the NFL draft?
Yes.
With the
George.
first. Well, I mean,
With
he
the
gets
first
booed as much as
selection.
Goodell. So
Nobody's
he's
ever
like that
seen-
random guy on day 3 of the draft in like the 6th round with the 233rd pick. The Washington Commanders select
Spaciest George, the Milky Way University.
Owen Carpenter, Holiday Daycare, punter. So you've got the tribal chief, John of the Mayor. How about yourself?
As much as I didn't want to put him down, I'm picking CM Punk. I think
Wow.
they're going to give him because he's the crybaby and is going to politic his way into winning that match. So
Wow.
I
First
say
of all,
CM Punk.
watch your tongue. Second of all, I completely agree. They will be CM Punk. Clearly, Seth Rollins was standing tall over Roman Reigns on Monday night before Mania, which clearly means he's not going to win. So I'm going with CM Punk. And DDJ, round out night 1 for us.
I am actually picking Seth Rollins to win.
Wow.
And I think he not only does he win the match, but he also leaves with Paul Heyman as his new advocate.
Oh.
Interesting. I think there's money in I think there's still juice in the orange to squeeze out between Roman and Punk with Paul Heyman stuck in the middle. And so I think like Punk kind of needs the win. He hasn't like done anything much of note. So but we'll see. So that's night 1. Night 2, here this will be our slight intermission here. So Randy Orton was supposed to take on Kevin Owens. One night it was supposed to be probably Sunday. So Randy Orton is currently without an opponent. And again, we are recording this on Tuesday before, so we don't know what happened on SmackDown. They could have announced it, but I like to think they'll kind of do similar to what Garrett said in our Patreon. Sort of like Seth Rollins 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Mania
Yeah,
38.
with Cody.
Just
yeah.
go out to the ring, have an opponent. So for a bonus point, we're going to predict who Randy Orton faces on either whenever his match is. The night doesn't matter, but does anybody want to volunteer to go first? Show their hand. Oh, John of the Mayor's raised his hand.
This is, I think we're going to say the same thing a couple times. I'm going with Rusev.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And we'll make this clear. If he comes out as Miro, we'll still give you the point.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I've been discussing this with my sister and like, wait, I don't remember which one is the WWE version, Malachi or Alistair. It's been so long.
Alistair.
Alistair Black is the WWE version. Okay. I'm going with neither Alistair, Malachi, or Rusev. I'm going with Nick Aldis. I think because I think Randy Orton is going to win whoever he faces. And I think Nick Aldis can take a loss. I don't think you could bring Rusev or Black in and just have them lose right away. So yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah.
DDJ, who you got?
I was kind of thinking, along the same lines that, possibly Rusev or Black but yeah, like you said, I just feel like you don't bring one of those two back, especially in this stage of Mania, to have them lose to Orton. I kind of thought, like, for a little bit that, they're floating around Solo Sikoa, but to me, I just that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm gonna go with Nick Aldis as well too, because I think this is gonna be like where he comes out and he's gonna like give it a really damn good effort, and like for the fans that don't really know his history and stuff. But one guy that I thought of as an outlier, but I don't think it's gonna be the case. I wouldn't mind seeing Karrion Kross thrown in because I feel like he.
Yeah, no, I heard that same theory.
But
Nick
which,
Aldis
by
is
the
your
way,
answer there,
I don't know if
DDJ?
he saw what he said. Someone asked him about if he was, upset about not having a match in his hometown of Las Vegas, and his reply was he gets to wake up naked next to his wife Scarlett Bordeaux. So I think he's winning in life there.
I was gonna say,
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Nick Aldis as well too.
Okay. George, who do you have in this?
Yes, all of these points are very valid, but George knows already, and it will be Earth's greatest warrior and champion, Shane McMahon, will be Randy Orton's competitor and champion.
You know what, Dave? I think if it is Shane McMahon, I think we should just give Owen
I think Nick
the crown
just
right
won.
then and there.
I think Owen just gets it.
Who is Nick, Dave? Nick is not here. It's George from space.
Nick, Zack Ryder, R.I.P. to both.
If
George-
it's Shane
George
McMahon, I'll
is
pay for
basically
Owen's
that,
college.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If it's Shane McMahon, we'll up the tiers for every Patreon to $25,000. We pay for Owen's college.
$25,000.
Space camp education is not cheap.
Here
So.
comes
Base
the
camp in
money.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh boy. So yes, we now officially move on to night 2, and obviously you're watching this on YouTube, and one of our subscribers is fighting in WrestleMania. That's Logan Paul. We've got 3 different Logan Paul accounts subscribed to this channel.
Nice.
So let us know
Welcome, Logan Paul.
who we think is going to win between Logan Paul and AJ Styles. I'll start off night 1. I think it's Logan
You mean
Paul
night
going to
2?
win. Night 2, I'm sorry. It's a late here on the East Coast, and I'm going with Logan Paul. Terrible person, fantastic wrestler. Pick needs to be made. DDJ, who do you have in this one?
Man, this is one of the ones that I really had a tough time picking and that, but because I feel like AJ is due a WrestleMania moment. I mean, he's had a couple of wins on WrestleMania and stuff, but nothing really, really big. And but I think this match is going to be one that I think is going to. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the match that we're talking about as something that stole the show. Yep. But with you, I think AJ's at that point where I think he's best served putting others over because I know his time is I think admittedly he doesn't have too much time left. And I mean, yeah, I think as much as you said, maybe not the greatest of human beings, but man, you can't deny the fact that Logan Paul can go in the ring, and I'm going to go with Logan Paul as well.
Touch on your point about AJ not wanting to wrestle much longer. I believe he said on Chris Van Vliet's show that he doesn't want to wrestle past 50, and I think he's 48 now. So
yeah,
we got 2 years left of him. Mr. Mayor, who do you have?
I think you guys are a little more elegant with your words, but I think we get Logan Paul, and I believe AJ Styles might. I don't know if he's re-signed a deal or not, but maybe he ends up at All In wrestling somebody. That's my next.
Ooh,
so maybe AJ Styles goes out on his back and ends up wrestling somebody at AEW.
Whoa! Somebody got a secret file about All In or something. Look at me with props
y'all
redacted. I thought when you were like, yeah, you guys spoke a little more elegantly. I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, Logan Paul's an asshole.
No. I mean, you guys are all waxing poetic about your picks. I'm just kind of giving my picks, but
Spaceman George.
George is also poetic, and George has a poem.
Roses
are red, space is dark, and Logan Paul is going to win the fight. And it doesn't rhyme, but it doesn't matter because George and Space Cadet Owen have made their pick.
At least you didn't start with Hickory Dickory Dock.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
There once was a man from
Nantucket. Yes, timeless. It's timeless.
Something else that is
we
timeless.
all got Logan Paul on that one, right?
Logan Paul.
Yeah. Logan Paul sweeps the board.
Of the Paul family.
Dave, I'm keeping the paperwork here, by the way, so I've got them all
fantastic, so I don't have to. I'm just glad we all chose Logan Paul.
George is writing it on old mail.
Whoa, what's that address there? It looked like an Earth address.
That was an eviction
notice. It's a space address. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was an AquaCare Pool Services brochure.
No.
So up next for the Intercontinental title, it'll be a fatal 4-way between Braun Breaker, the champion, defending against Pentagon, defending against Dominic Mysterio, defending against Finn Balor. Mr. Mayor, who do you have in this one?
I've got, and I admittedly don't follow WWE super close, although
he's king of the nerds somehow.
I know all the stuff, but I mean, that's like when you go somewhere and someone tells you they don't follow wrestling now, and then they give you all the storylines, but looking at this from afar, they got to give it to Penta. I mean, he's the hottest of these, right now. I mean, I know Dom's hot and all that, but Penta is my winner of this match.
What? DDJ, who's your pick in this one?
Well, first off, he made the comment about how he's not up to date on WWE yet. He's king of the nerds. That's what happens when you do a trivia contest about micro brawlers, and he has all these micro brawlers in his room, and he does unboxings and stuff.
You sold yours for baseball, pal.
Which
I just
by
don't
the
get into the
way,
weeds on
Jonathan
some of these.
Mayer's unboxing videos are some of the best out there. So guys, go watch them.
It's because I retired
Thank
from
you.
the unboxing
Thank you.
game. Just
Oh,
saying.
stop. But as for my pick in this match, I think Dirty Dom's gonna steal. He's gonna steal it. I think someone's gonna do a finisher on someone, and he's gonna sweep right in and get that 1, 2, 3. Because you know what, Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, as if he doesn't get enough heat as is like it's gonna go back like beyond nuclear level heat with him at that championship. So Dominic Mysterio, your new Intercontinental champion.
I completely agree. I have it mapped out in my head too. Braun Breaker hits Finn with a spear. Penta just hits like a drop kick to take Braun out of the ring, and he flies backwards too. Dom's up on the top rope, frog splash onto Finn, and boom, gets them all. Or like Braun hits like a double spear, some random shit. I don't know. But yeah, Dom's winning this one. I got Dominic Mysterio. George, how about you and your Space Cadet?
Well, me and the Space Cadet, George and the Space Cadet, excuse me, we're talking this over. See the Space Cadet here. And we have decided that we too shall select Dominic Mysterio because he likes chicken nuggets, and so does the Space Cadet.
I thought it was chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders
tendies.
are good too.
Chicken
The
tendies.
tendies.
Yes.
Let's get it actually right here.
Tendies.
All
Dominic
right.
Mysterio.
In the women's world title, it'll be a triple threat match between the champion Io Sky defending against Rhea Ripley, defending against Bianca Belair. Bianca, of course, winning the Elimination Chamber, which helped get Jonathan Mayer in position to capture the crown. So let's see what we got here. I'm going with Bianca Belair. The EST is here. Io got the title so she could drop it to Bianca. So Rhea's not getting pinned at Mania. There we go, everyone. The EST will go to, I believe, 5-0 at WrestleMania. How do you like that? DDJ, who do you have in this match?
You know what? This whole match has been built on basically Bianca versus Rhea with the constant disrespect of Io Sky and everything. So I honestly think I'm going to go with Io Sky to retain.
Okay.
Because I really feel like the crowd is behind her more than anybody. And I feel like if Bianca wins, I think she's going to kind of start getting in that Charlotte Flair air, the Charlotte Flair waters and stuff. And I feel like this feud hasn't done any favors for Rhea Ripley, so I'm just gonna come out and say I think Io Sky retains.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, who do you have?
I'm going with kind of the opposite of what you were saying, or similar to what you were saying, but I'm going with Rhea is going to pin Io, so Bianca doesn't have to take a pin at WrestleMania. But I've got Rhea winning, coming out with the belt.
Okay. Three predictions, 3 different answers. George, you got to tie one of us in this match.
George and Space Cadet Owen select Rhea Ripley from Earth as our choice.
Okay. And then in a Sin City street fight, it'll be Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre. DDJ, who do you have in this street fight between two gentlemen with the first name that starts with a D?
I kind of like the fact that they actually tied in what happened at WrestleMania last year into this feud because that was really something. Like Drew is so due for an actual WrestleMania moment that an untainted or one that's in front of a crowd. And I feel like this match is going to be wild. And I feel like I'm gonna say I think Drew wins this one over Damian, and what's going to be a match that both men are going to be feeling the next day.
Oh yeah, I think this match could potentially really steal the show in terms of what it can deliver. And I'm going to agree with you. I think Drew is overdue. I'm just trying to go back right now, looking at
He's
WrestleMania.
over Drew.
He is over Drew because obviously last year he wins the world title and gets cashed in on right away. WrestleMania 39, he loses to Gunther and Sheamus. WrestleMania 38, I don't know what he did. I can't. I'm literally looking at
That was Dallas.
Let's see, was he even on the
Because
card? Oh, Drew McIntyre defeated Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss.
oh yeah,
What
that's
a
right. He's the first one to kick out of End of Days or whatever.
what a massive moment right there. We all remember Happy Corbin, right? And then of course 37 he loses to Lashley, 36 in front of nobody, he beats Brock. So I agree with you. Drew McIntyre gets the W here. George
picks Happy Corbin.
That's not the match. It's Drew
Oh.
McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Oh, George and his hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
By the way, rest in peace, Baron Corbin, and long live Bishop Dyer.
Yes.
That's
what
right.
And all of a sudden, Dire Wolves come back too. Anyone convenient?
Dire
convenient.
Wolf. Yes. I think that was George. George brought the Dire Wolf back. But George selects Drew McIntyre from Earth, Scotland, Earth.
Earth.
As winner of Sin
Scotland,
City.
Earth.
He wins Vegas. It is his. He owns it now.
All right. Mr. Mayor, close us out on that match.
I'll give you my pick, and then for record keeping purposes, I need to double check what your guys' picks were. But I'm going with Damian Priest, and then DDJ. Who did you have?
I had Drew.
We all had Drew. It's you against the rest of us in this one.
Against the world.
You against the world.
Okay.
All right. And then for the women's tag titles, it will be the Judgment Days, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, taking on the mishmash team of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. It's Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day. If it's anybody else, it's wrong. It's Judgment Day. George
also selects Judgment Day on behalf of Space Cadet Owen.
Owen
because
so
it's
silent.
Judgment Day.
Oh, and the big silent type here. DDJ, who do you have in this one?
You know, every time Spaceman George says George, I just want to say George of the jungle. Watch out for that tree.
Boom.
For me, I think it's kind of a shame that they had to get Bayley versus Bayley and Lyra on the card in this tag match, whereas I feel like they should be going one-on-one against each other for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I know we just got the match, but imagine if they had that match on Mania, how much better that would have been. That being said, I think there's going to be some sort of miscommunication between Bayley and Lyra that's going to end up costing them the match. So yeah, so my pick is and still we're living Raquel.
All right, Mr. Mayor, who do you have?
I agree with you guys on that. You know, they're kind of Bayley and Lyra are kind of a mismatched team. So Judgment Day all day.
All right, George, who do you have?
George already picked.
George already picked.
Oh, you did? Okay.
George
so everyone's
picked the Judgment Day. Dave.
Okay,
together,
I'm sorry.
Dave.
I'm sorry. Just for the record, I just want to look this up. On Peacock, night 1 is listed 8 hours.
Oh,
I think they had that for both nights.
And
if I'm not
both nights,
mistaken.
yes,
It's
both
probably like a
nights.
3
8
hour
But I
hours.
think that's
so.
everything, though. I think that's got to be the pre-show.
It's got,
the
yeah,
match
no,
show,
it'll
and the
include the
post-show.
pre-show, yes. So you figure it'll go 7 to midnight. My thing is this: how is there not matches on the damn pre-show? Like, how are we not doing the men? How are we not doing the Andre Memorial Battle Royal there? How are we not doing what should be called the Sensational Invitational on one of the pre-shows? How are we not?
Hey, I'm gonna even top that. How in the hell is Chelsea Green not on the card?
It's incredible. That could be one of those like, oh, I'm gonna throw an open challenge to anybody out there.
Maybe Chelsea Green will fight Randy Orton.
That could be.
Imagine. Oh my God. It's Chelsea comes out and then like, oh, I'm not your opponent. He is. And Matt Cardona's right behind him.
Oh.
Just like a one-off squash match because Matt Cardona's coming to my town next month for an indie promotion finally. And I'm so excited I need to make that town. But then he can go back to WWE. Just saying. So that leaves us with our main event of night 2. 2 very integral parts of my wedding. I came out to one man's theme song. I mentioned the other one in my wedding vows. John Cena goes for number 17 against Cody Rhodes, and I'm very interested to know DJ's pick because I know he's a big Ric Flair guy. and I'm curious if he thinks John Cena breaks Ric Flair's record.
So you're gonna make me lead off with this one, huh?
I'm very curious.
So yes,
Like,
I'm
genuinely interested your opinion.
So I'm a very big Ric Flair guy. Like Ric Flair is my goat and everything. But I'm also was a Michael Jordan guy, and obviously he never officially had the scoring record, but he got overtaken by Kobe, by LeBron, and I feel like you don't do what you did with Cena at Elimination Chamber for him to turn around and lose to Cody at WrestleMania, because I feel like if that happens, it's going to be um it's going to be just all for naught and everything. And I feel like that takes a lot of steam out of the Cena heel run. So my prediction, and as much as it pains me to say this, because it doesn't change my fact that I still think that Ric Flair is the GOAT and always will be. But I think records are made to be broken, and I feel like we will see this one fall. So I'm predicting that John Cena will end night 2 of WrestleMania as the new WWE champion. And I'm going to take it a step further. He's going to hold on to that title till his last night in the company, like before he officially retires. And then I think he drops the title back to Cody.
I saw somebody with a random theory that said, we're thinking too small here, everyone. That John Cena mentioned he plans to win 17 so that he can one day shake the hand of the man that wins 18, right? So what if he wins 17 at Mania, loses it rather quickly, and then he's like, oh, what have I done? What have I become? What does this change me to? Changes back to babyface just to win number 18 later on in the year.
I feel like that
would watch.
I feel like wait, that wasn't anyone on the show. This was just something you saw.
No. This was just a random conspiracy theory I read.
All right, well, I think whoever came up,
they were hanging out with Matt Riddle too much.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna agree with DDJ. My best friend John Cena beats my other best friend Cody Rhodes and becomes the 17-time world champion. Because if they don't, it's the biggest booking blunder since the invasion in 2001. George, there
have been many booking blunders since the invasion.
That's true.
That involved John Cena.
Whoa,
I'm looking at you, Nexus.
George, who do you have in the main event of night 2?
John Cena and Cody Rhodes is a match that's happening at WrestleMania.
No!
Holy shit. Breaking news, everyone.
George and Space Cadet Owen have contemplated this, and we have come to the decision that John Cena will win with the help of the final boss, The Rock, George's personal friend, DJ, and he will be the champion of Earth. And with that win, George and Space Cadet Owen will become kings of Earth, and we will rule the world once again.
All right, Sid.
Okay. And King Jonathan.
George rules the world.
King Jonathan, who do you have in the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania?
Well, being sometimes a king has to make tough decisions. Get my crown here. You like that?
Look at that. I had McDonald's tonight.
So I thought about it.
Me too.
Oh, that's good.
I think, and I don't believe this is going to be John Cena's last WrestleMania. I mean, none of us probably think that. He'll wrestle again in 10 years or something. But I don't think John Cena is going to win at his last WrestleMania. Him being a little bit old school like that. So I think Cody Rhodes is going to win.
Wow.
Maybe he loses the next night. I don't know. But I think Cody Rhodes wins WrestleMania. So
interesting. Okay. So then it comes to our tiebreaker in the event that there is a tie.
I have a suggestion on that, Dave.
What's that?
Should we write those down and then flip them around so we're not basing it on what the person said before us?
We can do that if everyone has a piece of paper. I've
already got mine written down, by the way. But
and a pen.
Oh no!
So I need.
George is unprepared.
We need hour, minute, and seconds because it literally can come down to seconds. And I have mine ready. I'm ready.
I didn't have seconds written down. I better write that down.
Oh yeah, write down the seconds.
So we have a total as of right now 13 matches, possibly 14 if they add one for Randy. Correct?
Yeah, possibly. There could be 15. There could be 16. There could be 20 matches on this card for all we know.
The card is subject to change.
So, just so we're clear, is this run with space rules that is also Price is Right rules?
No. You can go over, but it's
Closest to the
closest and will come.
Closest to the pin.
Yes, closest to either going
All
over.
right.
It doesn't matter.
So let's see.
Like they do it on
7
Jupiter, baby.
matches. I thought you were going to say like they do it in
Are the slots
Uranus.
loose on Jupiter?
Oh, that's after hours, DDJ. Cover the
All right. Let's see. So
George is ready.
Carry the 3.
George wrote it down somewhere, but he can't see because his glasses are fogging
hold
up.
on. Okay, so I got to figure. So we got 14 matches over a span of at least about 8 or so hours of actual WrestleMania time. Cube 2. All right.
Folks, of course, let us know in the comments what your thoughts on all of the matches at WrestleMania 41 were. We are interested, of course, to know what you got. DDJ is still writing, puzzling very difficultly.
And I think my pen just ran out of ink.
Oh God! Oh jeez!
My God.
The stalling.
Oh, no! I'm good.
What a stall! He just wrote one. 1 second. All right. Then are we all ready here to reveal our answers?
Yep.
Go ahead and start. I'll have mine done here in about.
All right. As the man who's confident was already ready for this, I clock WrestleMania night 1 and 2 all the match total time 3 hours 34 minutes and 25 seconds.
3:34:25. Is that right?
That is correct. That is indeed correct. George, you seem to have your ballot ready.
Yes. Well, Space Cadet Owen cannot count that high, so he has selected the number 4.
For what?
4 hours? 4 hours.
4.
4 hours on the nose. Is that what you want to call it, George?
4 hours on the nose. Earth
Okay.
time.
There it is.
Miami time.
Buy the shirt now at ProWrestlingTees.com. DDJ, how about yourself? What did you come up with?
I have 3 hours, 25 minutes, and 41 seconds.
What a whimsical time there. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It'll be like when I watch the Super Bowl and they're singing the national anthem, I'm picking the over. I'm like, all right, come on, slow it down.
Kind of like that episode of The Simpsons where they go to the minor league baseball game and Bleeding Gums Murphy singing the national anthem.
Is that the one where Ned Flanders gets killed with the t-shirt gun?
No, that was Maud Flanders. That was
oh.
a race car. That was like a NASCAR event.
Oh,
R.I.P. to Baron
R.I.P.
Corbin, Zack
Maud.
Ryder, and
That's
Maud
where
Flanders.
Dancing Homer was born, I believe is the
Correct.
episode.
And King Jonathan, the last answer of the evening belongs to you. What do you have for the total runtime of WrestleMania matches?
I'm going with 4 hours, 15 minutes, and 5 seconds.
Okay.
Good choice.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it. It's all up to fate now, and Nick Khan and Triple H the booking. So let us know your predictions in the comments below. Who knows? We may have already gotten a prediction wrong by the time SmackDown airs. They may have already announced Randy Orton's opponent. So let us know your comments for WrestleMania 41 in the comments below. Check out all our YouTube channels. Check out Pro Wrestling Tees. Check out our Facebook pages, Instagrams, Twitter, X, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe. And until next time, on behalf of myself, the future King DaveCTheVoice, the former King DDJ, the current King Mr. Jonathan Mayer, Space Cadet Owen, and his advocate Spaceman George. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and enjoy WrestleMania.
George is going to take Tom's spot at the end of the episode because Tom's not here to say a few words, and that is, it is kind of hard to hold a puppet up the whole time. I'll give you that, Tom. My arm is kind of tired. My goggles are fogging, and it's time to get this in. So we miss you, Tom. And Harold. Where's Harold?